I want to start off with where I first came across you. It was at DeMatha in the Capital Hoops Summer League
Okay.
playoff. Y'all were playing DeMatha
Mhm.
and y'all lost on the last second buzzer beater. You remember that game?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. So after that game, I'm typing on my laptop, taking notes, and someone walks up to me and says, "Who has impressed you so far?" And I was just like, I know DeMatha won, but there was this guy, number 11, for Spalding. He was really good. I thought he was the player of the game. And the guy was like, "That's Malik Washington. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the area." And I'm like, quarterback?
Yeah.
Out here hooping like this? Like, he out here hooping like this and he plays quarterback as well. So immediately I'm like, that's incredible. Like, clearly you're a high level basketball player. Clearly I learned you're a high level football player as well, 4-star. So how do you stay locked in and committed to both sports at a time where the stakes are really high?
Just being a competitor, I don't want to lose at anything I do. So I think that's really what keeps me, focused and locked in. Like when I'm in season for a sport, I'm focusing on that sport and that sport only, really. So, right now it's more football time. And then when the winter hits, I'll be focused on basketball. And that's how I kind of, balance them.
Why is it important to you to continue to play both? I know sometimes people want you to pick one and just go with it, but you're clearly excelling at both.
Because, when I came to the school, I said I would play both. So that's something I'm going to honor my word. I'm going to continue to play both for as long as I can. And it's something fun. Playing basketball is fun for me. So it's like, why would I stop it when I'm having fun?
So, do you have a preference? Game winning touchdown, game winning dunk?
Touchdown. Touchdown.
Touchdown? Why touchdown? I just knew you were going to go football.
Yeah. Because just like, also, you got to take into stuff like the crowd environment. You throw that game when it's touchdown, it's kind of quiet on the field, like while you're playing. But like when a big play happens, you can sort of hear everything. And like you throw that game when it's touchdown, you kind of hear everybody erupt. And like it's a good feeling, throw that game when it's touchdown.
Yeah. So, through your time playing football, what has been some of your favorite moments to this point?
Um, I'll look back and say probably my first touchdown ever. That was, a fun moment. I was probably about 6'7". I think it was a kick return touchdown.
6, 7. I thought you'd be like middle school.
Nah,
6. Like you've been doing this.
yeah, a little bit. And then probably we had a big playoff game in fifth grade. I think it was fifth grade, like 9, and like I had like 4 touchdowns in a game. That was a fun game. And then probably scored my first touchdown in high school against Pilati, and or my first throwing touchdown was against Pilati. My first rushing was against Broadnick, and then this year throwing a game winner to Max against Imhotep. That was a really cool moment that like where I kind of just heard everybody go crazy towards the end and winning the championship, of course, this year. I watched the video back the other day, and you can kind of see all the emotion from everybody, just so excited that we did it. All that hard work we put in, paid off.
The fact that your memories go back to 4th and 5th grade of big moments is awesome. And I saw a clip from your mom who was talking about you're about 10 years old and you played at halftime at a Ravens game.
Yeah,
And you threw a touchdown there too. Do you remember that moment? What was it
I
like?
do. So it was just, we came out and we were playing against the team I used to play for. I used to play with Pasadena Chargers, and we ended up playing against them in the Ravens Stadium. So it was just a fun thing to do. And we came out, and coach was like, we're gonna throw the ball first play. I was like, all right, cool. First play, throw the ball, touchdown. I'm happy. It was. I don't think it was, the moment too big, just because I was out there having fun. I wasn't thinking about, oh, all these people are watching and stuff like that. So it was just fun.
And that's interesting to me because I would be like, it's a lot of people here. Like, there's a lot of people here, a lot of pressure, but clearly you did not feel that. How do you stay level when you talk about the crowd and those big moments? How do you stay leveled?
Just kind of calming my own mind down, breathing and stuff like that, and just thinking like, no matter what happens, like I'll move on the next day, it'll be over. Something bad, something good, like the next day it'll be over. So I just whatever happens, happens.
And on the basketball side, what are some of the big moments there?
Um, Probably it really didn't start till later, because basketball I wasn't always the best at basketball when I was younger. I was kind of awkward. Like I wore like a size like 12, and I'm like 5'8", so my feet were kind of just like flopping around. Like I didn't know how to control my body yet.
Got
But
you.
as I
I can
started to learn that,
visualize it.
yeah, probably my first dunk. I think it was like eighth grade, seventh, eighth grade was my first dunk.
Again, these young memories, people still
Yeah,
out here trying to dunk in 11th grade, and you're like, 8th grade.
and then probably yeah, my first in-game dunk was I think eighth grade, and that was really fun. And then this past in the live period, I scored 36 against Highland. That was a fun moment, fun game.
I feel like when I saw you dunk a few times, like it's like you're going with all your power. Like it was two-handed slams. It was like, is that football strength coming over? Is that just how you do it? Talk to me
That's
about
just
your technique.
Yeah, I guess that's just me as a person. Like it's just trying to get everybody, get the energy going and stuff like that. If I, just kind of lay it up or drop the ball, then like that's no fun for anybody. So it's like, I mean, I might as well. I'm up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever dunked on someone?
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me about it.
I think I want to say my first one, like my first like real one was against the Matha, not this past year in a live period, but the year before. So going into my sophomore year. And like I think I just cut and my guy RJ found me on the pass and I rose up and I seen the defender. He was trying to take a charge, but he was just kind of in the way. And I just kind of rose over top of him, dunked in and stuff like that. Everybody was happy. All that good stuff.
How does it feel in that moment to dunk? Because I feel like now with social media, it's even bigger. Like, do you feel like I'm him? Like, is that the
I mean,
moment?
yeah, it's a little bit. There's a little bit of like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? But you don't really realize, like, you're not midair like, oh, I'm about to dunk on him. It's like you kind of dunk it and you realize after the fact, like, oh, he jumped with me. Like I just dunked on him. Like, and then you're like, oh, I can't wait to see that on Huddle later. Or I can't wait to see the YouTube video of that later.
Absolutely. Okay, so more basketball talk. I know you're good buddies with Kyan Anthony, Team Mello, and you probably saw last week that social media was all over the place when he named Paul George his GOAT.
Yeah.
And I don't understand because one, people can choose whoever they want for their GOAT, but also he specifically said his GOAT.
Yeah,
I want to ask you, what was that like when it was just like, yo?
I mean, I knew it because he talked about it all the time. He was always like, if we ever had a conversation about that, he's like, yo, Paul George might go just because like he can do everything. He like 6'8", 9", whatever, smooth handle, can shoot, get to the cup, play defense, all that stuff. He's like, that's my go. He's like, accolades and stuff, y'all can have that, but like in my opinion, the best person to pick up a basketball was Paul George.
So who is your favorite player on the NBA side? And then Bron? You said that real quick.
Bron.
Okay, why is that?
He's dominant. He's been doing it for so long, and people like kind of see that as a harp, like, oh, he's been doing it for this many years. That's why he has all these records and stuff like that. I'm like, is he supposed to stop playing? Was he supposed to be like, okay, everybody else only played 12, 15 years. I'm gonna stop right there. No. And then he does stuff outside of the court too, like how he's raising his kids and stuff like that. His business and all that stuff, and even how he took his friends, like that were with him from the beginning, up to the top with them, like his manager, Rich Paul. So, sent him to school, got him right. And now he's up there doing his thing, like putting his friends on, putting like doing stuff for other people. It's not just all about him. Because he could be, if he wanted to be all about him, oh, I'm LeBron, I've done this, that, and the third. But that don't seem like him as a person.
Have you ever met Bron? Have you ever interacted with him?
I haven't met Bron. I met Jason Tatum. When I was with him.
Yeah, as a Heat fan, I have a hard time with Jason Tatum because it's just something about whenever he played the Heat, he just want to show out. But much respect for his game. Who else did you say?
Of course, Mel and stuff like that. I met Uncle Mel and then
Uncle Mello.
Uncle Mel.
Yeah. I like
that. We've seen a lot of dudes at UIB. I haven't like personally talked to a lot of them, but I met T-Von Austin. He's a real cool guy, real down to earth. He's from the area, so he's real supportive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you've kind of seen stuff. I've seen Chris Paul, all that good stuff.
What is it like to be in the same area with people who potentially you want to be in their shoes one day?
At the beginning, of course, I was kind of starstruck when we first met Mello in the airport. I was like, yo, like, it's Mello, bro. Like, that's when my guy Jordan, I was like, that's Mello, bro. Like, then he come say what's up and stuff like that. And really, ever since then, it was just kind of, like a family bond, really. And then, as I see the other people, it's just like I want to pick their brain about certain stuff, business and stuff like that, and like what it takes to get to the top. It's like when I was talking to Tavon, it was just like, how did you get here? Like, how much extra work did you do? What's it like at the next level? What's it like at the level after that? And he was just like, talking to me about all that stuff. So the starstruck, probably not as much, not as much anymore, just because I've seen a lot of these people. But I know if I see Bron, I'm gonna be starstruck. That's right, it's Bron.
What are some things you would want to pick Bron's brain about?
Just like I said, business and the work it takes to get there, and like handling pressure. Because of course, I can't compare to the pressure he had coming out of high school, but it's just like how do you deal with that, and like the highs and the lows, like what keeps you going.
Yeah. And then let's jump football because I feel like this whole conversation got to go back and forth because of the
Yeah.
nature of your game. Who is your GOAT on the NFL side?
Brady. He's the GOAT for me. Just because like he wins. He's a winner. You can't deny winning. You know what I mean? But like as far as like pure arm talent goes, probably Aaron Rodgers is definitely up there. And give Mahomes, like by the time he retires, he's gonna be up there. Just because like the stuff that he does on the field just isn't normal. It's unconventional, but it works, and it's starting to become like the new norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like he's making basketball assists on the football
like
field.
on the football, he's flipping it underhanded and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it makes it more fun.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like last year against Loyola, I threw like a behind the back pass, like a little 2-point conversion, and I kind of just picked the idea up from him. And I was like, it made it fun. And that's all it's about, just having fun.
Yeah, for sure. Now, how do you feel about some of the local quarterbacks? I would say like Lamar.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
much in the area.
when he first came to the Ravens, because I'm a Ravens fan. When he
Oh,
first
okay.
came to the Ravens, super excited and stuff like that, and we're winning and all this good stuff. We just can't get over that hump. You know what I mean? We're getting up there, and then injuries or something happened to us, and it's like we kind of die down. But I was excited when we got him. I'm glad that he stayed. Hopefully we can finally win one.
I'm a Steelers fan, so
I
I don't wish y'all much success, but I do love Lamar. He's from South Florida like I am, and y'all got OBJ as well, so that should be fun.
And then the thing about Lamar too is like he shows that like especially as a young black man, it's like you can do it. You can make it to this level and be successful. Because like unfortunately everybody wrote him off for like certain stuff. Oh, he doesn't do this well, he doesn't do that well, but he's kind of shut up. All the haters and stuff like that.
So when it comes to just your goals, not in sports, but in life, what are some of the things you think about? I know you mentioned business, wanting to talk to John, hopefully one day about that. What are some of your goals outside of sports?
Just to make sure everybody who supported me in the beginning is like I helped them out as much as I can, and then that's really it. Just everybody who supported me, everybody who showed love, like showing that love back, supporting that stuff back. Retiring my family, making sure everybody, all the little kids grow up nice and stuff like that. Just everybody's good. That's all I want. Everybody to be good, and I'll be fine.
Yeah, and you have siblings. I heard you mention a little brother earlier.
So I have 2 older sisters, 2 younger sisters, and a little brother.
Okay, got you. So you're like in the middle, kind of.
Yeah.
What's the middle child life like? I'm the baby. Like,
I mean, it's not bad. So for my mom's firstborn, but I'm my dad's third. So it's I kind of get that older role from my mom's side, and my dad's side I'm kind of middle to younger-ish. But I'm my dad's only boy, so I kind of get the father-son thing over there, and then over here of course my mom's oldest, so I kind of get the the firstborn treatment. So it's not I don't really get much middle child like stuff like that because it's the 2 sides are just different.
I really want your little brother to come over to the screen because I feel like
Christian,
just so much joy.
Christian, yeah, come here. Oh.
Hi.
Say what's up? No. Why you not say what's up? Why you not say what's up?
I want King Kong and Godzilla.
You want King Kong and Godzilla?
I have a phone.
On my phone? It's on the TV.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, go watch King Kong. I'm sorry.
What is it like being a big brother? Because clearly y'all got that bond.
It's fun, yeah. That's my mini me. He's always following me around and stuff like that. I know, we used to stretch for you practice. He was out there like kicking his legs up, stretching the team. I just make sure I'm a good role model to him and my little sisters. That's it.
Yeah. So what are some of your hobbies outside of sports?
I like to read and I listen to music a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah.
What you reading? What you listening to?
It was more like some science fiction and some novels and stuff like that. And then music, I listen to J. Cole all day.
Okay.
J.
I
Cole.
feel like I can see you listening to J. Cole, like in the headphones.
Sometimes just like you sitting there, headphones, especially before a game. Before a game is, J. Cole in the headphones. I'm vibing.
Yeah. I feel like that makes sense too, being that you're a reader. I feel like J. Cole's flow is very much like
it's lyrical. It's like you listen to it and you kind of hear something and you put it together. I like that. I listen to a song and I'm putting pieces together of the song.
Yeah.
Where I listen to it back and I understand a bar that I didn't understand, before.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people who are Cole fans are also Kendrick Lamar fans. Does that crossover happen for you?
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like they go hand in hand in a lot of ways.
because it's just like they have similar styles. So, it's just sit there And then there's the hype songs that they have, and there's the more chill songs that they have. It's just that's a good balance.
What do you want your legacy to be? Not just in sports, but as a person. When people talk about Malik, how do you want to be talked about?
Just being a good person, always looking out, for the person next to me. That's it. I don't care, however far I make it, God willing, make it all the way. But it's just like, as long as, people know me as a good person, they're like, I'm fine with that. Somebody who, if you need to talk to something, you need to talk to me about something, I'm there to talk, I have insight on whatever it is, whether I know about it or not, but just a good person.
I like that. And then the last thing I want to ask is, who is someone in your life who has been instrumental in your success, but maybe you haven't had a chance to tell them? Who is that person and what would you tell them?
Ooh, that's a good question. I gotta think a little bit.
Usually someone comes to mind. It's like, oh, yeah.
Probably my grandparents. My grandparents, they've always been super proud of me, no matter what I did. My grandpa, he's, every video he's commenting on, reposting and all that stuff. He's showing how to use Instagram. Even, my grandma, like, she lived right down the street, super supportive. If I ever need anything, I know I can go over there. And, something about grandma's house is just like, you can take that weight off your shoulders at grandma's house.
Yeah.
So, probably my grandparents. I love them a lot.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Malik. This was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, great talking to you, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.